Have you heard of Suncrest, Utah? It is a beautiful place to live up in the mountains, but it's also close to everything. It is the most beautiful place to live here in the Salt Lake Valley. I lived there for 2 years, so I'm going to tell you what I loved about it and what I didn't like about it. My name is Heidi Knowlton. I'm a local real estate agent. So Suncrest is a community that is within Draper, and it is up in the mountains, so you've got beautiful mountain living. A big issue to know about when you are thinking about moving to Suncrest is the snow. So you're at higher elevation, you're up on a mountain, so there is an incredibly high amount of snow up there, much more than what we get down here in the valley. So when you're living up there, you definitely want to have four-wheel drive. You definitely want to have a snowblower or a snowplow, because I lived up there without one, and shoveling snow is a pain. And you're not just shoveling, a foot of snow. Oftentimes you're shoveling several feet of snow, or you're trying to get your car out of the snow to get down the mountain to get to work. So that's something to really strongly consider is, can you handle the snow up there? And you have to shovel the sidewalks, like for kids going to school, that is required. And several times my neighbors were called on because their sidewalks are not shoveled. They do have a Facebook page, so during the winter time, anytime there's a snowstorm, people are posting, how's the mountain? How's it coming down the mountain today? Is there a big wreck on the mountain? Is it safe to come down? So if you have to get to and from work every day, make sure you're checking that website every single morning, and just know that you're going to be delayed sometimes. You might going to have to miss a day or two of work every year because of the roads, and getting out of your house can be challenging during the winter. So one of my favorite things about living in Suncrest were the views. But the views up there are just incredible, and especially in the spring and in the fall, the colors are so beautiful, especially the fall. When you're driving in the fall up and down the mountain, it's hard to focus on the road because you just want to look at the beautiful scenery. Another great thing about living up in Suncrest is that you're elevated, you're above the valley, and you're also above the inversion. We don't have the best clean air here. We have horrible smog, and when you are living up in Suncrest, you are up high, you're above all of it, and in the winter, you can look down over the valley and just see the layer of smog, and it looks really gross. So the air up there is just so clean, and it's so fresh, and it's really crisp, and it's definitely worth it to live up there just to avoid the inversion. A fact to know about living in Suncrest, or about Suncrest community in general, is that it is in 2 different counties. You've got part of it that is in Salt Lake County, and the other part of it is in Utah County. So your neighbor across the street or just in the neighborhood right next to yours could be in a totally different county. Another great thing about living up on the mountain is that you have 2 ways to come down. You can come down on the Utah County side, or you can come down on the Salt Lake County side. So if you want to head north, it's really easy access to go down the mountain or jump on the 15 freeway. If you're going south down the mountain, you're going to go down, you're going to get onto the 92, which is Timpanogos Highway, and there's a really fast commuter lane that gets you on the freeway super fast if you're headed south, like down towards Provo. The bottom of the mountain also puts you right into the Highland Alpine area, so it's super easy, quick access if you want to head over to Highland or Alpine. Okay, so let's talk about shopping. When you live in Suncrest, you are, up on the mountain, you're away from all the shopping. There's nothing up there really. There's no retail, there's no stores, there's no shops. So unfortunately, you have to travel down the mountain to go to any shopping. So that is one con about living up in Suncrest, is that you got to think about your commute anytime you need to run to the store. Make sure you grab everything you need, because you don't want to take another, trek down the mountain to go pick up some eggs if you forgot the eggs. Another thing to know about Suncrest, this could be a pro, this could be a con, it's up to you, it's your opinion, is that it's mostly an HOA community. But the benefits up there are really good. The HOA up there includes a pool, a hot tub, there's a fitness center, clubhouse. It includes internet, and it also includes cable. So in my opinion, the HOA fee is definitely worth it, because if you split all those things up, it comes to about the same amount of money anyways. So for me, the HOA is worth it. It does include a lot. So this is just what they're offering right now. This is in 2023. You have a fitness center. They've got the Zumba class. They've got yoga, Pilates, a hiking club, which would be really cool to join, and karate. These are all cost an additional fee. They're not included part for your HOA, but it is easy to access since the clubhouse and the gym are up on the top of the hill. So you don't have to drive down the hill to access any of this. So when it comes to schools, you do have to travel down the mountain to go to school also. There are no schools up there in Suncrest. But the local schools, the public schools, all have a busing system. But if you choose to go to charter school, there are no buses that go up to Suncrest. So keep that in mind. Ridgeline Elementary, there's Lone Peak High School, there's Timberline Middle School. Those are all great schools. They're all highly rated. So just look into that before moving up there, your commute or the bus system to get your kids to school. So here is a map of Draper and looking at the hiking. So here's the 15 freeway. If you go up here, you've got Salt Lake City. And if you go down, you've got Provo. You just zoom out here for a minute. You can kind of see, you know, Provo's down here. Salt Lake City's up here. This is Draper area right here. So you can see it's a little bit east of the freeway, which is, being east of the 15 freeway is really a highly desirable area to be in. And then right here, you can see what hiking is in Draper. This right here is a Suncrest community, just this little section right here. It's up on the mountain, and it just overlooks the valley. And it's really so beautiful living up there. So housing options up in Suncrest. They've got townhomes, and they also have single family homes. And the single family homes range from starter homes, like a beginner community, first time home buyer community, all the way up to $2 million houses and more. So you really have a wide range of housing options out there. There aren't any condos up there, but like I said, you've got townhomes, single family homes, you've got luxury homes, you've got starter homes. And when you're looking at the price of Draper versus the price of Suncrest area of Draper, the prices are pretty comparable. They go through a cycle of sometimes Suncrest is more expensive, sometimes, you know, being off the mountain is less expensive or more expensive. So it's not always the same. I am a real estate agent, so I watch the trends in the area, and it's never consistent. Sometimes Draper's more up on the hill, sometimes Draper's less down at the bottom of the hill. If you want to check out any housing that's in Suncrest, I'll put the link below in the description. If this video is helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and then click the little red button to subscribe so you're notified each time I put out a new video about different areas in Utah. If there's anything you want to add or anything that you experienced about Suncrest that I didn't mention, just leave it below in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.